Five, four, three, two, one. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin TMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. I'm coming to you from the North Woods of Minnesota, so the sound's a little different, but we'll make the best of it and let's dig in. Here we go. Okay, I want to start off with a kind of a goofy commercial, but I kind of liked it, so here we go.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Yeah, right. Pepperoni pockets, an atomic brownie, cuckoo crusty.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
Side of ranch.
You're the man.
Just give it.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor,
good
State Farm is there.
That was a good commercial. Also, I wanted to update you on the state of Major League Baseball that we've touched on.
She's nothing for three. And the pitch to
Christian Yelich had Wrigley Field, and look at all the people, and they don't care. I was going to see if they'd throw the ball back, but it actually hit off a railing.
It's just a four-seamer that.
But here's the funny part: when they show the replay, look, the stands are empty.
Comes down to their last chance.
And here they are empty too. And over here,
punches it on the ground to first. Smoke is there.
So the replays are different, and it's hilarious. Now there was a little bit, and they showed how they could change the uniforms. I mean, what the fans were wearing, and just a touch of a button, make them all Brewers fans, make them all Cubs fans. It was kind of hilarious. Looks pretty good, but it's a little hokey. It's a little creepy, I would say. So let's go over to the PDF world and see what we got here. This was an interesting production bit. I really like the strawberry frog people, and they did a nice 3.5-minute music video for Woody Creek Distillers, featuring Willie Creek's song "Why I Put My Pants On," and it's kind of a pandemic song, which is, you might not know about a pandemic song. I'm gonna just take the last bit of it because I don't want to show 3.5 minutes. But it's he's portrayed by William H. Macy, and it was shot in Woody Creek, Colorado, and it was shot all on an iPhone. Shot all on an iPhone by Willie, with some help of some local friends. Willie apparently lives in Woody Creek, which is kind of funny. Willie Creeks. And so let's just get over there to that, and thank you for Strawberry Frog for putting that together. And it's a kind of whiskey, and I may try it out. Woody Creek Distillers makes the whiskey. So let's get back to YouTube, and we'll click on another window. Let's take it from there. Turn that off.
So here's to the folks who keep the wheels on the bus. But I propose another toast to all the rest of us. Ushers and teachers, bus boys and clerks, all the people who can't go to work. The people who can't go to work. This one's for you, Gus.
Here's to you, Gus, for always being there. It's a song about how Gus shows up even though nobody's coming in the bar. I was going to take some time. I did some background reading on why the 1958 pandemic didn't shut down the economy. And it's because they didn't shut down the economy. That one killed about 250,000, which in those days the USA population was about half of what it is today. So it would be the equivalent of about 500,000. And the 1918 was another 10 times more lethal than that. And in both cases, they didn't shut down the economy. And so they didn't have a big recession. So I would say that this is the dumbest thing that we've ever done to ourselves in maybe the last 100 years. Which is my opinion. You're welcome to chime in. Love to hear from you. And on that note, we'll go over to the other info. Take another swing at something else here. I'm going to have to minimize this one as I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, so why that we did that one? Okay, so there's a Facebook exodus going on, sponsored by people who think that Facebook is sponsoring hate over and profit over love and concern. I don't know exactly what it's about, but Facebook is pretty big, and so, but this, according to this writer, Evan Brandoff, they're saying this is something that's been going on, that this shift away from Facebook isn't just a blip, it's a larger industry trend. And he suggests that, this was interesting, I thought, more consumers than ever expect brands to take a stance on social issues. But at the same time, more consumers than ever don't want to see it on social media because they're sick of the political stuff all over their social media. It's supposed to be just friends talking to each other. So, when the advertising on the internet started, really got going, which was only 2009. That's the last that's how long we've been measuring it, really. 2009. That's a heartbeat, even in my lifetime, but in the history of advertising and even mass media. So anyway, the national advertisers, by and large, went with the big media properties like Facebook. But now, brands and agencies are beginning to explore local advertising alternatives. And we were talking about this a little bit with the disbanding of third-party cookies, that you may want to go to first-party properties, publishers, and it gets you closer to the real people, and it makes it harder for the bots to win. This article doesn't get into the bots or the fraud or any of the other difficulties of advertising globally. But local opportunities, which also support local charities, school districts, minority-owned businesses, and more, have been valued by advertisers as being more memorable and customizable, but now they're also getting to be highly scalable and measurable, which is really cool. So, I was really curious. At this point in the article, I was really curious about what they were going to come up with, and the two main things, one was car wraps, which I don't really see that often out where I live. There's a massive network of owner-operated automobiles. I would like to know how many and how you would spend. I had a friend in marketing at Miller Brewing, and they tried to do as much local as they could, but there just wasn't a way to spend the money. They could put they couldn't put banners up at the local baseball field, but they could put, they could sponsor 4th of July celebrations and that kind of thing. And that's the other thing that this guy recommends, Evan, youth sports events. And he said you can target by region, sport, age, gender, household income, and other parameters. But it's pretty difficult. I would say try direct mail. That would be my message to the rest of you. And so one more little piece here. What to expect from Tech's historic antitrust showdown with Congress. We'll probably have some more on this. It's tomorrow, but we're going to have some more on this probably Thursday or Friday. So 4 of the world's most powerful companies will defend the vast empires they built. Sounds like this person doesn't really like it. I have a really great book that's called Accidental Empires, and it talks about Microsoft and some of the others. Really, really fun. But this is going to be Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook. And Twitter is notably missing, but Twitter's market capitalization is like 23 billion and Facebook's is like 600 billion. So, and this is the first time Jeff Bezos is going to be testifying, so that ought to be interesting. Jim Sensenbrenner is going to be on the Republican side. David Cincelline, I think it would be said, is a prominent and serious critic of big tech. He's a Democrat. So we should have some nonpartisan fireworks tomorrow, and it ought to be a lot of fun. Matt Getz is also going to be is also on the committee, and he's always outspoken and fun to hear. So, and Getz made a criminal referral to the Justice Department that accused Zuckerberg of lying in his 2018 testimony, saying that Facebook does not have a bias against conservatives. What's interesting to me is whether there's a bias or not. In Twitter, in the hack, what the hack of Twitter did, and this got lost in the news, but there was about 100 prominent people whose accounts got hacked, and someone was able to send messages on their behalf, and then Twitter was able to basically stop the thing, which they claimed they were not able to do. They were only able to, watch it all happen, that they don't manipulate it. But they did. They clearly manipulated it, and it was really easy to see. And some of the hack information actually showed how they do it. So, I think maybe Jack Dorsey could also be included in this. So it'll be interesting. Usually they don't say much. They keep it pretty close to their vests. Microsoft isn't there because they've been examined over and over and over and over and over. So they felt like they didn't need to come. And Twitter is only 29 billion, and Facebook is 667 billion. It's almost 666. Anyway, so it ought to be fun, and we'll keep you posted. So hang on, have a great day, like and share. Your friends will know you're smart. I'm John Miglash. Bye-bye.